Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm Bill, and this is Coffee at the Crossroads. Tonight, I want to talk to you about something that's happened to me recently on my YouTube journey, and that is that I received some negative feedback. It's kind of made me kind of reevaluate this, and I wanted to share that with you and kind of take you through it. I'm sure lots of you who have experienced this, if you're other YouTubers, and even if you're not a YouTuber, if you're just watching this, I'm sure you get negative feedback, whether it's online or whatever. I thought it would be helpful to share, and it's just something that's it's part of the process, I guess, and so. I just wanted to share, just make a quick video about this. I don't think it's going to take long. I thought I'd share. So again, like I said, my name is Bill. This is Coffee at the Crossroads. If you're new here, thank you for joining. That's amazing. And if you're a returning viewer, that is awesome. Thank you so much for coming back. As I've mentioned before, I'm trying to build an online community where we motivate and inspire, and we share wisdom and we share experiences and stuff like that. And so I wanted to share this with you guys tonight. Negative feedback, and I should actually qualify that. It wasn't negative feedback per se. It was more that it challenged some of the ideas that I put out in one of my videos. And I gotta admit, at first I was like, oh goodness, this person doesn't like what I'm saying. And it wasn't one of these online trolls who was like, where they're just mean and you can just dismiss, I've personally not received one of those yet. I feel like it's probably coming. But we've all seen them where someone just says something that's it's hurtful, or it's just ridiculous, or it's intentionally trying to, they're just being a troll, right? They're just trying to hurt somebody's feelings, or to say something to get under someone's skin. And I want to be 100% clear. These were not those kind of comments. These were not those comments. They were just comments that challenged what I had said in my videos, and it caught me off guard. Up until this point, I'd had all just like, oh, great video, thanks, and this is a great, love your channel, or blah blah blah. Everybody, people being really really supportive, and I will say that the YouTube community is incredibly supportive. And so it caught me off guard, suddenly, hey, this person's challenging. And I wasn't like, oh, hey, let me tell them. It wasn't that. It was more just like, oh my goodness, I sort of wasn't ready to be challenged. But in both cases, a really great experience kind of came out of it. First off, the one that I want to talk about specifically is the person just said, hey, you know what? That isn't the way it always is. That's what's happened maybe for you, but it doesn't happen that way all the time. And of course, they're 100% right. Of course, when we do these videos, anybody who's doing a YouTube video is sharing their personal experience, right? Like that's what they're doing, and their personal opinions or whatever it is. And so of course it's your experience. Of course that's what it is. And it's we need to be mindful of that. You kind of get talking to the camera and you're like, oh yeah, and the camera doesn't give you feedback. So you just talk like you're just shouting into the void, kind of, right? And you can, at least for myself, you can lose sight of the fact that actually other people have had different experiences than this. And it was a bit of a cold slap of reality for me, and I realized they were right. And I also realized that it was fantastic. It was amazing feedback, right? To actually this person has taken the time. They could have just dismissed and gone, what a bunch of BS. And then, next video, instead they took the time to write a note and go, hey, you know what? It's all fine and dandy to say that, but that's not the way it's been for me. And so after my initial kind of, I thought, you know what? Yeah. And then I wrote quite a long response and said, dude, you're 100% right. And I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're right. What I was trying to say was this, and I realized that I hadn't articulated it very well. And what's amazing about it is the person came back and said, thanks for engaging. Yeah, I agree with much of what you're saying, but it doesn't always work out the way you're saying. It's not as simple as X, Y, Z. And then I was able to respond again, and it opened up this really great dialogue. And it actually, it was a gift, right? I mean, initially it didn't feel like that. It felt like, oh, this person doesn't agree. Well, whoa. But then it turned out to be a real gift, and I'm not that sounds a little hokey. Oh, thank you for this wonderful gift. I don't mean it that way, but it actually it spawned a really great dialogue back and forth, right? And they, I don't know there whether it's a he or a she or what they've just got a YouTube name, but they were able to sort of articulate their thoughts, and then I responded, and they and it was really great, and it struck me, and the reason I want to make this video is it struck me, this is exactly what I wanted, right? I talk about making a community where we can engage. I had someone engage, and they didn't agree. But of course, that's part of engagement, right? Is that not everyone's going to agree with you, right? And so I did feel like, this is what I've been asking for, right? This when people just all agree with you, oh, hey, great video, I agree 100%. Oh, I agree as well. I agree. Suddenly there's no that becomes almost like just kind of white noise feedback, right? It's nice to get compliments. Oh, great video, loved it. Very informative or whatever. But when someone takes the time to go, hey, dude, I don't 100% agree with that. I think X, Y, Z. They are really engaging. They're taking the time to do that and engage. And that's what I'm asking. That's what I wanted. So it was, like I say, it was a bit of a cold slap of reality, that this person's challenging me, to then realize that it opened up a really great dialogue. And it's what I've been asking for. So I want to thank that person. And, I don't know if they're watching another one of these videos, but I do want to thank them, because it really, we had a nice little dialogue, and I feel like that's really powerful, right? So that's really it. It was just, that was my experience. And so hopefully if you've got a YouTube channel and you get some of those kind of, try to view it in that way. If it's a troll, then it's a troll, right? What are you going to do? Just shut it down and don't worry about it. But if it's someone that disagrees, even if they challenge you, even if it's quite vehemently challenging you, even if it's a colorful challenge, it's really you're engaging with that person. That person is listening to you, and they're hearing you, and then they're going to write a response, and they've taken the time to write a response. So they're really your audience, right? Your audience isn't always going to listen. So that's it. So that's Coffee at the Crossroads for this. This is my my challenging YouTube feedback kind of update, and I'm sure I'll have more of these. And it's been good to do this. So so thanks for joining. I'm Bill. This is Coffee at the Crossroads. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something from it. And there's other videos. If you want to subscribe, or if you want to watch something else, that would be fantastic. Join me again. You're always welcome. Hit the little thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And until next time, cheers.